Tired of being dismissed by doctors who only offer prescriptions and ignore your symptoms? I'm Dr. Yasin. I'm a board-certified internist and I specialize in integrative medicine. At Skin For You Med Spa and Wellness Center, I don't just treat symptoms. I find and address the root cause of your condition. I offer integrative medicine, peptide therapy, hormone replacement, medical weight loss, sexual health, aesthetic medicine, and much more. I treat you from the inside out. Visit Skin For You Med Spa and Wellness Center and discover what true healing feels like. Your wellness journey starts here.
Hi, my name is Lamya, and I am going to demonstrate how to make Burek today. Burek is a staple in our house. The kids love it, the grandkids love it, friends love it. I'll make 100 before dinner. Most of it's done before they even start on the entree, salads, and the rest of it. It's a wonderful dish, and I hope your family will enjoy it as well. The main ingredients in Burek, of course, is ground beef, but you can also use turkey, chicken, or you can even do a cheese with jalapenos or whatever you like if you're vegetarian. And then there is curry, which normally people do not put in their burek, but I do. Pepper, salt, and I only use the Baja Gold salt. Instead of baharat, I use clove, which is much healthier for you and better. Onions, and you can use, I use the sweet onion, the yellow onion, and a white onion. You can use curly parsley or flat parsley. Jalapeno, you need egg rolls. These are the best. Make sure you check the date because if they're expired, they're going to crack. And then I fry in pure coconut oil. First ingredients is the ground beef. And I use this device. It's pretty new and it's wonderful for separating the beef so you don't have big chunks. High heat.
Tired of being dismissed by doctors who only offer prescriptions and ignore your symptoms? I'm Dr. Yasin. I'm a board-certified internist and I specialize in integrative medicine. At Skin For You Med Spa and Wellness Center, I don't just treat symptoms. I find and address the root cause of your condition. I offer integrative medicine, peptide therapy, hormone replacement, medical weight loss, sexual health, aesthetic medicine, and much more. I treat you from the inside out. Visit Skin For You Med Spa and Wellness Center and discover what true healing feels like. Your wellness journey starts here.
Well, I'm almost done browning the meat, and I want to stick the spices in here before I put everything else because there's juice in here, and the spices will help it to evaporate. And so the first ingredient I'm going to add is a little bit of curry. I don't measure, but it looks like it's about a teaspoon. And if I need more, I will get more. My mom taught me to do this by sense and by the eye, so I never measure. Pepper, black pepper, the clove, and Baja Gold salt. It's loaded with nutrients. And the curry that I use, just so you know, because it's delicious, is Tommy Thomas's curry. He's fabulous. Okay, and just stir that in. See how the meat is all ground up. And then you're going to add the onions. And again, by eye. For every pound of meat, you use a small onion. You can now add the jalapenos. And let all that saute, let it cook, and stir it occasionally. And the very last thing you do once this is caramelized, you add the parsley and then turn off the heat. You don't need heat on when we add the parsley because it's hot enough to melt it. You don't want to overcook it. And you're going to keep stirring until it's completely cooked. And once it's cooked and the parsley's in, you have to let it cool off before you roll. Now that it has sauteed and the water is pretty much evaporated, you don't want it to stick to the pan, so we're going to now put in parsley. So here's flat parsley. Again, I don't measure, so use your eyes. If you like a lot of parsley, add a lot of parsley. If you don't, don't. Preference. And just stir it in. Turn it off because because you don't need heat. This heat already will melt it, and now you're going to let it cool off. You can let it cool off on the counter if you're going to do it that night, or you could do this the day before and put it in the refrigerator and then take it out and do it when you're ready. I like serving these hot, so I do it just before everyone gets here, so that's their first appetizer. We're not going to turn this on yet because what we're going to do is roll everything, but this is the oil I'm going to use. We'll just put it in for right now. And you're going to take out a couple scoops. It's going to look like it's a lot, but it's okay. And I usually do not reuse this because it gets pretty heated and you want to always start fresh. Now we are ready to roll the Burek. You're going to open up the package and set the Burek. Leave the paper on so it doesn't stick on your surface. You're going to take a spoonful, full tablespoonful. You're going to put it in the center. Look how beautiful the meat has separated with that tool that we used. You're going to take your hands, your fingers. You're going to paint with water the corner. Then you're going to move this down and you're going to fold the corner over, roll, and then take the sides. Cover the sides up, okay, and then roll it, and you have your first Burek. And you continue to do that until they're all done. And remember, you're using meat that has cooled down. Your meat cooled down, we're ready to go. And then we're going to continue to do this. Each packet will make about 20 Burek. And you're going to go through this until you have them all rolled, and then we'll turn the heat on while we're doing this, and we're going to put about 6 to 7 in at each time, and they cook pretty quick, so this doesn't take long at all. And I'm going to do 6, and then we're going to stop, and then we're going to fry. As soon as the heat gets hot enough. See how that's cracked? That doesn't matter because you're just going to fold it over and tuck it in anyway. It matters if it's on the outside. Do not use that because it'll absorb too much fat, and you don't want that. You want as little as possible. And you have paper towel between each layer that you're frying to absorb the extra oil. So now that we've got enough rolled, we're going to start to fry. Be very careful. You're going to test it by going very slow. Make sure it's sizzling, which it is. See that sizzle? That means it's ready. You're going to place it in slowly, one at a time, up to 6 or 7, whatever your pan will fit. I'm going to go for 6. See how they're getting golden real quick? So it's not a long process. As soon as they get gold, you're going to flip them. You can make them a little more golden if you like, but this grease is really hot. So I'm going to flip it. And you don't want to cause any splashing because splashing will cause a fire. So keep the spoon in there. And you will know, you can check, it doesn't take that long. I'm going to flip this one back over because it needs a little bit more. See this color right here? That's the color you want right there. Okay. Drain it and just place it on the paper towel. Remember, do not have your hands wet at all because if water gets in here for any reason, if you're washing your hands in between, it'll splat right on your face, your skin, and it's very dangerous. So, and do not have any kids running around when you're frying. Be very cautious and never leave the stove. And here we go again.
Tired of being dismissed by doctors who only offer prescriptions and ignore your symptoms? I'm Dr. Yasin. I'm a board-certified internist and I specialize in integrative medicine. At Skin For You Med Spa and Wellness Center, I don't just treat symptoms. I find and address the root cause of your condition. I offer integrative medicine, peptide therapy, hormone replacement, medical weight loss, sexual health, aesthetic medicine, and much more. I treat you from the inside out. Visit Skin For You Med Spa and Wellness Center and discover what true healing feels like. Your wellness journey starts here.